Let's see. Good evening. Seems like there's always some sort of technical difficulty. And I think we're over it. Okay. Good evening. How are you today? I'm Stacy. As if you caught it yesterday, I started a live video challenge this week. I started off late because of a panic attack early in the week. So I'm a day behind, but here we are. I am feeling much better. I have been using my Nuvana vagus nerve stimulator. It helped me immediately with the panic attack. It was my first episode in well over a year, possibly more. I do take medication for anxiety, so it's just something that happens, but I'm feeling much better. I got in to see the chiropractor today, and yeah, that helped a lot too. I'd been having trouble in my shoulder, and I'm feeling better now. Better. Okay, so as I promised yesterday, we are going to go head to head between the SunCoast Park Hotel and the Element Hotel. Both are about 2 blocks from Disneyland. Now, when I planned my first trip to Disneyland, I don't think Element existed. I'm not even sure SunCoast existed. In any case, though, I felt overwhelmed. Perhaps that is why you are here watching this, following me, because you are overwhelmed by the choices you have when it comes to your hotel options near Disneyland. So, before I stayed at SunCoast, I had heard a lot about the Element. People love it there. Like, they live and die. It's got a great following because it is a great property. It's absolutely fabulous. But then when I stayed at SunCoast, I was like, this actually feels a lot similar to Element. Why aren't more people talking about SunCoast? So I just made my tour video of the SunCoast Park Hotel. It's on YouTube now. If you haven't seen it, go check it out for the complete picture. But let me add in some tidbits here to help you compare these two properties. They are situated right next door to each other. So distance to Disneyland, it's the same because they're basically in the same spot. I will also tell you though, I don't know if we'll get to it right now, but I made a huge mistake when I stayed at the SunCoast Park. A huge mistake. And we'll get to that. One of the big things about Element, people love the breakfast there. Of course, breakfast is included, and they were just raving. I heard multiple people rave about breakfast options available at Element. So when I stayed there, perhaps my expectations were too high. It didn't seem. What stood out was if you have allergies or restrictions of any kind, dietary restrictions, Elements always had something gluten-free and something geared towards a specific diet. So my guess would be if you let them know you have a certain type of, if yours is maybe a little more odd or something, they might be able to do a little something for you at least one of the days you're there. But there was definitely always something gluten-free, and that was what they excelled at. Otherwise, it felt like a normal breakfast spread to me personally. I wasn't overly impressed with it. I mean, it was great. It was fine. Free breakfast is always a plus. But I am often going for rope drop, so free breakfast is not an amenity I'm able to take advantage of often. And then on my rest days, I'm sleeping in so late that I either have to rush to breakfast or just miss it altogether. So free breakfast is not something that everyone is different, but personally, free breakfast was not, it was great here. Normal spread, eggs and bacon and your pastries. And I think there was some sort of, pancakes or waffles or something. And like I said, the gluten free and other dietary friendly options. Now, to my mistake, SunCoast Park does not offer free breakfast to the general public. They do have a restaurant on site. So, however, if you book with my travel partner, Getaway Today, they include breakfast for you. So, as a perk of booking SunCoast Park Hotel with my friends at Getaway Today, you will get breakfast included. So if we take that, then we've kind of got apples to apples there. Free breakfast, Elements and SunCoast. So, however, my mistake was I did not book my stay through Getaway Today. I wanted a specific room to show you guys, which maybe I didn't need, but that was the way I felt when I stayed there. And they were either sold out or Getaway didn't sell that type of room on SunCoast's behalf. So I booked directly through Hilton. SunCoast is a Hilton property, Element is a Marriott property. So if you have loyalty to either of those big brands, if you have points or discounts or anything, you can see where they might be useful. So I cannot do a fair comparison for you as to how the breakfast was at SunCoast Park because I did not experience it. No breakfast. But if you book through Getaway Today, you can get it. By the way, if you have any specific questions about these two properties, feel free to drop them in the chat, the comments, wherever it is, and I will try to answer it. Moving on to the pool area. The pool area at SunCoast Park was much, much bigger than the pool area at the Element. The Element only had a pool, and it was, your standard rectangle style pool. Nothing overly exciting. There is a lot of seating at the Element, and they did have barbecues out by the pool. At SunCoast, it's a much bigger space, so it was harder to tell because the space was more cramped. It felt like there was a lot of seating. The seating may have been equal at SunCoast, but just because the space felt bigger, it felt like there was a little less seating, which is weird. But no hot tub at the Element. There is a hot tub at SunCoast Park. There are also barbecues. I mentioned that at Element. There are also barbecues in the pool area at SunCoast Park. There are also like lawn games, outdoor games in the SunCoast Park pool area. Cornhole, I think it was a foosball table, different little games like that you can play out by the pool. It's gated off though, the area with the barbecues and some table seating, and the games is gated off from the pool and hot tub. So moving on to more differences, both charge for parking. However, if you book with my friends at Getaway Today, Element will give you discounted parking. SunCoast Park will give you free parking, so no charge after all. Again, if you book through my friends at Getaway Today, another reason why I made a mistake, because we did drive a car when we stayed at SunCoast Park and we had to pay to park. I did not factor in the free parking when I was shopping the room. So There is electric vehicle charging at both properties if you need that. Both properties have a gym and a laundry. The convenience or gift shop store they both have one. I would say the one at SunCoast Park is larger and more well stocked, like with snacks and drinks and, you know, sundries, etc., etc. The one at Element is kind of one of those things where it's kind of like in a corner of the lobby that's almost like it was an afterthought, maybe. Like it's just kind of. So there is something, it's just not as extensive as the one at Suncoast Park. Let's see. Now, what else? A cute detail for Suncoast Park is they have one of these little robots that, like, if you just need a couple towels brought up or you want to order a Sprite or something, um, the robot, you can be in your room and you can call down the front desk. They'll pop it in the little robot and the robot will bring it up to your room. I love it. It's the cutest thing. I've seen it at a couple of other hotels. For instance, Hotel Lulu, down the street from Disneyland, has one their own little robot. I think the robots should have names. Don't you think so? I think the robots should have names, right? They're just too cute. So, uh, that's at Suncoast Park. No little robot at Element. The rooms. Both properties have rooms that can fit larger groups. So if you've got a family of 5, 6, 7, even 8, it may not be, your base room, but they have room types that will accommodate groups up to, I don't even know the maximum, but like those larger styles, uh, both properties have you covered there. Either one is a good fit for that. Element has the rooms with the kitchens. In fact, most of the rooms have their little kitchenettes. So, if you now you really need to think about this, because if you're not gonna make good use of it, I feel like a mini fridge and a microwave, which is at Suncoast Park, is plenty. But if you're really gonna use uh, a couple burners and wash dishes or whatever, um, there's an is there an oven? No, I don't think there's an oven in most of the suites. I think the one bedroom at Element does have an oven, but not the. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's right. I'm gonna have to look back at my video now. I do have videos of every single room type at the Element and the Suncoast Park. Both are already posted on my Instagram page, and all room types I take you through in the Suncoast Park YouTube video. On my Element YouTube video, I just did the room that I stayed in, but since I stayed there, I do have footage of all of those room types that are available. So check my Instagram page for those if you're interested, and we can verify where the oven is at Element. At Suncoast Park, nothing has a full kitchen. You've just got fridge and microwave. Let's see. I think that might be it. Um, if you happen to have seen my Suncoast Park Hotel YouTube video, which is my most recent video, I dropped a little secret in there, but I'm just so excited about it. I can't seem to hold it in. Usually in the fall, I announce my Disney Hotel Lady Hidden Gem Hotel of the Year. I know it's a mouthful, and the acronyms, I don't know, like. But anyway, Um, this year, I've already decided, I base it on my stays from the previous year. So, this year, my hidden gem hotel of the year is going to be the SunCoast Park Hotel. Because I think there's just a whole lot of value there that is going overlooked by a lot of people because the element is getting all the love. At least in my experience, that's the way it seemed. Element is getting all the love, and Suncoast Park is offering a lot of the same things at a lower price. Sometimes, depending. Always depends, but a lot of the same amenities and benefits. So that's my hidden gem hotel of the year. Some of my other hotels of the year include the Knott's Hotel up at Knott's Berry Farm. And part of the reason for that was I don't think many people know, but they offer a shuttle to Disneyland. And with the art shutting down earlier this year, uh, a lot of hotels much closer to Disneyland have no transportation to Disneyland now. So Knott's has already been providing their own shuttle to Disneyland. So it's consistently one of the least expensive hotels in the area, and it just went through a remodel. So the Knott's also has great value. I would highly recommend checking that out. Another, that was my hotel of the year 2024. My hotel of the year last year for the West Coast. Last year I did a West Coast and an East Coast. But my Disneyland area was the Viv. It's on the more expensive side. It's not top, but it's more than Knott's. And but anyway, it's got a lot of those more kind of upper class amenities like bell services, valet, parking, things like that. But it's also an amazing property a little further away, but I think there's a lot of value at the Viv. So that was last year's. So, to recap, a lot of similar amenities between the Elements and the Suncoast Park Hotel. And Suncoast Park is taking home the honor of the Hotel of the Year this year. So be sure to check them out. If you have any questions, I don't see that anything has popped up in any of the chats here. So, but if you are watching this later and you've got questions, please reach out. I am more than happy to answer them. Check out my videos of all the room types at both properties. And have a good evening. Let's see, today is Wednesday. Friday, for my video challenge, I was thinking Friday or Saturday, maybe I'll put a poll in my stories. Tell me what you are interested in. I was thinking of doing a Q&A, like answering just some questions about what's troubling you the most about, picking your hotel. Like I said in the beginning, for me, when I first planned my trip, it was just like, there's so many options. How do you even narrow it down? So I'll put a poll in my stories. We can talk about whether you've got questions that I can answer, if we can make Friday or Saturday Q&A time. Okay, sound good? Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good evening, good day, good week, good weekend, and take care. Until next time, stay comfy.